now let's start by working on the validators. So I'm going to define a function called validate file extension underscore CV that is specific for the CPU. So even if someone tries to bypass my admin panel and he wants to upload like a virus or something, a virus, for example, is difficult to be in a PDF format. So that's why I need to make sure that the uploaded file, whatever it is, it respects the extension that I want. Okay, so here we'll define accepted underscore extensions, and this is going to be a list. Now in my case I can define it as a just single variable, but the way that I'm writing the functions is a general way in order to let you know when you are dealing with your project how to do whatever you want. And I need to define as well file underscore extension that is os dot, okay, here in this case for sure I need to import os. So os dot path dot split text is just one single t, that it takes value dot name of one dot lower. Okay, so this one is going to split the text and takes the second part. So for example, if it is abc.pdf or abc.exe, it will take the value, split it according to the point, and take the first part, and it will check it in this case. So if file underscore extension not in accepted extensions, so it will take it with the dot, by the way, but anyway, if it is not, in this case, raise a validation error. We need to import the validation error as well. That is something very special on the django.core.exceptions import validation error. So you can visit this package from Django and you can read more about different exceptions. And I will print a message that is unsupported file extension only, comma dot let me add a space dot join accepted extensions. Let me close this one here. Files are allowed. It's not required from you if you are still learning Django to do all these things by yourself. The most important thing is to believe that Django offers you the possibility to learn fast and to do whatever you want easily. Okay, and this is an example. So now using this function I can validate anything that is uploaded here. So I go back to the CV and I'm going to say validators, which is a popular argument for any models.file field, and I will call in a list the name of the function. Now let's do the same for the photos. So since it's a similar structure, I will copy it again and I will say here photo. The difference is by the allowed extensions. So here I can accept .gpg, .png, and .jpeg. Fine. I think this is the same. Okay, now I can use this one, the name of the function, on the same way here, comma validators equal to this one. Great. Now we solved the problem for the validation of the type of the uploads. Next step is to deal with making sure that we have just one single owner. To do that, I will create another class called owner manager, and it inherits models.manager. I will not go into detail about the models.manager, but you can read about them in the Django. They provide a lot of abilities, like for example, this manager will prevent you from creating an owner. Okay, so something like this. They are very important if you want to learn advanced topics in Django. So I will define a function called def or create. This is not what I'm looking for. Singleton that it takes self, and I will say owner comma created is equal to self dot get underscore or create pk equal to 1, and now I will say return owner. That's it. Okay, fine. Next step is just go back to the class here, and let me call objects is equal to owner manager and define a variable called save that it takes args, quarks. So args and quarks, they are in the majority of time togethers. If owner dot objects dot exists and not self dot pk, I will raise a validation error. Okay, so, and I will say only one owner is allowed. Okay, I will explain in a better way what's going on here, but let me first owner comma self dot save store args store quarks. Okay, so generally, and if you watch the starter course, when you deal with the databases, when you want to use the shell to insert some records to the database, usually you define the record and then you say record.save. And this is the same thing here. Here, this is a model. I defined the function save. The only difference that when you define the function save, in this case, you are changing the way of the save function, because for simplicity, this class inherits models.model that has a save function. But when you redefine a save function, it's like overriding the save method. So let me add a comment here. Overriding the save method. Okay? And when you override it, you are saying that I do not want anymore to use the function inherited from models.model, but now I want to use my own save function. And my own save function checks first if owners.objects.exist, so if it exists some owner, and this owner doesn't have self.pk. So whenever you need to save a new record, it will check if it exists and not self.pk. In this case, it will raise an validation error that you can't do that. And then it will it's like use the initialization first. So if it exists and not self.pk, it will raise an validation error. If this is not the case, so it will super. It's like when you have the constructor, so it will reuse the official save method taken from the models.model, which is the normal one. Okay, so super, it means that use the constructor in general, but since we are saying super something dot save, so go to that constructor, go to the father, and then use its save function. I wish that I tried as much as possible to explain the idea here, because these ideas are very important. Okay, now I think we finished everything. Let's go to the admin.py and work here on the model. Okay, so from .models import owner class owner admin dot model admin and list underscore display equal to the ID and the name. And finally, we have admin.site.register of owner, comma, owner, admin. Let me stop the server, make migrations, migrate, and finally, okay, maybe I'm not able to see here the model that I'm looking for, because we forgot something very important. That is, I don't know why I forgot this thing, but pages. We always sometimes forget a lot of things. Pages.apps.pages config. That's why they do not check the migrations done in the pages app. Now, here we go, finally. Okay, so no module equals ck editor dot fields. Let me check it. It's a typo. Here we go. Now let's rerun migrations. We have an error. Some issues, that is owner dot cannot use, but because pillow is not installed. Okay, fine. We will install pillow. Here we go. Great. Now migrate. Run the server. Okay, now let's go and check everything. Okay, so let's go to the admin, and here we go. We have now here owners. Let's add an owner. This owner will be myself, so my name is This is my complete name. Let me check if this is correct. Okay, freelance available. I am from Torino, Italy. The mail, the LinkedIn, the GitHub link, description. We will talk about that later on. Now let's just write. This is the CK editor field, rich text field. The difference between text field is that you can write just normal text, but instead here you can write whatever you want, for example, and you can structure it. You can, for example, put some bold, some italics, some underline. So you can customize more freely everything. Like you can write ordered, unordered list. You can embed some links, so for example, a video, a GitHub code, and so on. So here, this is a test. This is a test. Let me here, for example, just to try, let me check if we can upload something that is different of the validator. Okay, so I'm going to my desktop and let me find something to upload. So now, for example, I have this income.excel, and here I'm going to upload the same thing, or let me go back to the desktop and, for example, upload this one. So this one is incorrect and this one is correct. Instead, for the CV, I need to go back to the desktop. I think that I have my okay, so let me upload just this one. This is a PDF. Here we go. So let me click on save to see the results. Please correct the error below. Upload a valid image. The file you uploaded was either not an image or a corrupted image. Okay, so you will not be able to upload anything rather than an image of the specified extensions. Okay, now I will do them later. Let me check for this one. So I'm going to upload an image here, save, and it will tell me that unsupported file extension only .pdf files are allowed. So now I'm going to upload my data, and then we will check and test if we can add another record. Okay, so now I uploaded what I want to upload, and here we go. Now we have just one single record. I will try to insert something else. So just to show you that it won't work, here, for example, I will retry to upload other pictures that respect the format or the extension. Here we go, and now click on save, and I will get a validation error. Only one owner is allowed. Since debug is true, I will see that. If debug is false, it will return me a internal server error, and it won't work. So we can say that this is the only record that is accepted. The maximum you can do is to modify the information that are here. This is the maximum. Additional thing is that, as you can see here, that the picture that I've uploaded can be found on /year, photos /year, /month, /day, as we specified while doing the code. So now I will stop the video here. So let me resave. Okay, and in the next video, we will modify something in the admin panel by showing a small thumbnail here of the image to make the admin panel more structured and more clear. And we will render the information of the owner on our homepage.